St. Paul's first letter to the church at Corinth, chapter 9, beginning to read at verse 27. Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. Everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last forever. Therefore, I do not run like someone running aimlessly. I do not fight like a boxer beating the air. No, I strike a blow to my body and make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified for the prize. And our second reading is from Matthew's Gospel, chapter 6, beginning to read at verse 1. Be careful not to practice your righteousness in front of others, to be seen by them. If you do, you will have no reward from your Father in heaven. So when you give to the needy, do not announce it with trumpets, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and on the streets, to be honoured by others. Truly, I tell you, they have received their reward in full. But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be in secret. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. When you fast, do not look sombre as the hypocrites do, for they disfigure their faces to show others they are fasting. Truly, I tell you, they have received their reward in full. But when you fast, put oil on your head and wash your face, so that it will not be obvious to others that you are fasting, but only to your Father who is unseen. And your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moths and vermin destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moths and vermin do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. This is Joe Wicks. A fitness coach and TV presenter, he became a national star during the 2020 coronavirus lockdown by doing daily exercises mainly directed at children who were cooped up at home, but I suspect enjoyed also by adults. I understand he even did a series of exercises for seniors, though I did not try them myself. People of all ages during lockdown who weren't able to go for long walks in the countryside or get to their favourite gym or go swimming felt the need to exercise and to keep themselves fit. Athletes and sports people even more so. Even if they could no longer practice their sport, they filled their homes with all kinds of training equipment to keep themselves in shape. Paul tells us that we need to keep in spiritual shape as well as physical shape. And to do that, we need to engage in spiritual exercises. Lent is a time for spiritual exercises. Christians have traditionally fasted at this time. Fasting need not necessarily mean going without all food. One might be able to keep that up for a day, but not for 6 weeks. So traditionally one gave up meat. The problem was that the poor did not notice the fast because they could never afford to eat meat anyway, and the rich had cooks who could do miraculous things with fish and vegetables, so it wasn't too much of a hardship for them either. The later custom of giving things like chocolate and biscuits up for Lent was a watered-down version of this fast. Other spiritual exercises might involve retreats, special devotions, or reading and studying a spiritual book. All of these are useful if they help us connect more closely with God. But if they are done for show, or as a way of buying favour with God to make up for the wrong things we continue to do in the rest of the year, we're wasting our time. Lent should be a time when we take a good long look at ourselves. Some people got fed up with looking at themselves in a computer screen on video conference calls all day during lockdown and began to get worried about what they believed were imperfections in their appearance, so they booked cosmetic surgery as soon as they could. But what I'm talking about is a good long look at ourselves on the inside. What kind of person am I really? What are my priorities? Is it pleasing myself? Gathering stuff for myself? Succeeding in my goals? Or am I worried about what people think about me and about being popular? Or am I concerned with pleasing God and being the kind of person He wants me to be, full of love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control? Am I concerned with helping those who are in need and fighting injustice? Am I committed to spreading the message about Jesus? That is God's goal for us. I pray that whatever spiritual exercises we use will lead us to that goal. Amen.
"40 days and 40 nights thou wast fasting in the wild, 40 days and 40 nights, tempted still, yet undefiled. Sunbeams scorching day by day, chilly dewdrops nightly shed, prowling beasts about thy way, stones thy pillow, earth thy bed. Shall not we thy sorrows share, learn thy discipline of will, and like thee by fast and prayer wrestle with the task of ill? What if Satan, vexing sore, flesh and spirit shall assail, thou his vanquisher before wilt not suffer us to fail. Watching, praying, struggling thus, victory ours at last shall be. Angels minister to us,